blinding him. Dude.
We need to get 15 and above?
Yes.
Uh-oh.
Yes.
Oh, I didn't. I failed.
I failed.
Yeah.
Did you fail? Yeah!
All right. I think you've got like 3 hours here coming up,
Okay.
right?
Good thing I can climb walls. Get away from her.
Yeah, every now and then you climb out the window, just stand on the outside of the wall, just so you can like.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
I feel like he didn't get a short rest after his night.
I can do this. I can do this.
This is not relaxing.
This is not a relaxing time.
Yeah, he's okay.
But this is for Talia.
It's not-
I'm doing this for
It's
Talia.
not physically strenuous. It's
Okay.
okay. I won't deny you your long rest.
Thank
here.
you, or we'd be in trouble. I need
Right?
spell slots
Emotional
back.
damage.
Yeah.
He's emotional bleeding. He's emotionally bleeding.
Yeah,
He's just emotionally bleeding.
Here's your we're gonna introduce stress stacks.
Yeah.
And this is your cup. Just take them all.
yours.
Yeah.
That's really funny.
Man.
Yeah, I got the.
That was good.
Anybody else need?
Yeah, I can go for one.
I'll take one. I'm just gonna keep passing down.
Gracias.
Solid.
Good.
Yep.
There we go. Thank you, sir. Good job, team. Way to get that rotated.
Yeah.
All right.
Got the bucket brigade.
Mercy. Doing it for Talia.
I've been dying for this moment for so long. Mother's been percolating in my head.
She caught me off guard.
It feels good. I like it. Yes.
When she
Feels
first
right.
showed up, I thought it
Feels
was
right.
Talia.
Oh,
I was
yeah.
prepared to say something about her hair.
Oh,
Then I found out it wasn't
very
her.
quickly.
It looked like her.
Yeah.
You maybe for a second.
Yeah.
Like,
Just slightly
what?
older
Yeah.
sister. Okay.
I was just thinking she worked out a little bit, some steroids, and
She bulked up. She
Got
was
a
she was
haircut.
coming to help.
yeah.
Yeah, she
Yes.
put some weights.
And I thought she was, gonna bring me my belt. So
Well, what about that?
it's okay.
I think we all need some.
And I think like after 30 minutes of silence, not that you need to keep on like
super
entertaining this. There's like 30 minutes of silence where you're kind of just looking at the sight lines and the
Yeah, oh,
just
for
kind of
sure.
thinking about it. And she's in there too and just thinking. And she's maybe like meditating. She's on preparing spells and things. And then just like almost it's like 30 minutes of silence kind of goes by. And at first it's like a minute goes by and then it's like. Do I need to say? Do I need to? Or like it's kind of been too long. I probably can't. And then it's like 30 minutes, and you guys are just focused on your stuff. And she just like matter of factly, just goes, "Yeah, I'm really protective of my little sister." And doesn't say anything more. Just as like she's kind of looking out. So.
Got it.
And
Now
I
I
guess-
know her purpose.
Whatever
Motivation.
whatever else you guys want to, like you said, you need to home alone this thing. Tell me what you're thinking. You can just straight up like, prepare tactics, or if there are physical things you're wanting to try and change or prepare, like let me know what you're thinking.
Definitely. Dangle's working on the door while all of this is happening. It's like, can't take this anymore. I'm going to work on
Swing a hammer or something.
Yeah.
He's going to get that closed. I assume all the blood's drained out
cool.
by now.
Do you do you have a skill that would be like a good like you probably, I mean, like, tools would be awesome, but, like, maybe a survival check if you're, like, because you probably need to get, like, another beam of wood or fashion one off of another plank somewhere in the, thinking, do you have something you feel like is a relevant skill?
I was actually thinking moving those fire braziers and kind of piling them up in the door, kind of getting a barricade on
Cool.
it. And, good decent strength, so...
Yeah, cool, yeah. Yeah, you're just kind of like raw brute forcing it, just packing, barricading the door kind of thing.
Yeah,
cool.
so this little gnome is picking up this giant stone fire brazier.
Yeah, because you got the belt, you got the giant belt, yeah. Give me like a stupid athletics check. 40 something?
15.
15.
So,
Cool.
with my strength, so...
Cool, good, yeah. You definitely feel like you got something really secure going on right now.
Nice.
I'm gonna maybe do like this.
I prepare a vial of blood, like I just kind of going around finding puddles. Just make you
Yeah.
a little.
I think you've got like 3 healing potions. Do you want to distribute them? Do you want to hang on to them all?
How are you guys doing on that?
I have one.
You have one. I think you could use one,
I will definitely
and
take
you
one.
could use one as well.
Yeah. I'm
Um,
pretty squishy.
I've got a healing pool, so that's gonna be most of what I'm gonna. But this is gonna be an emergency for me. But yeah, I still set up a vial of two vials of blood, just in case I run out of my superpowers.
Do you put a little capsule like underneath the false tooth?
You just kind of
No, that's where the cyanide is.
It's really,
I'm not being taken alive.
Yeah.
Bardic inspiration.
I think
Oh.
it did run out when you like because you did
Overnight.
that and then you like long rested.
Yeah, overnight.
But you maybe take a swig again. I mean, in the pool, you don't have to lick grass. I mean, the pool still has.
Oh, there is still some.
Take your straw.
Okay.
Yep. But this is probably the kind of thing. Do you care if anybody else sees you do it?
Yes, I do care.
Okay, so you're trying to stealth it.
Yes.
All right. So.
With my plate mail, like. 16 plus.
But you're right. Plate mail.
0.
Hit me with a second roll on that stealth.
Yeah, glad you mentioned the plate mail.
Yeah.
I am
good
too.
job.
I keep
Plate
forgetting
mail.
about that.
17.
Yeah.
So,
Okay,
Nice.
good. All right.
alright.
Gotta be crafty.
What is that? What's that total?
That's total. I have a 0 for stealth.
Cool.
I don't have. I had a +1.
If anybody thinks they're watching that or wanting to catch it, you would contest that with a perception if somebody's looking. But you tell me if you're thinking about other things or.
Are you guys watching me? Are you worried about me or?
No.
I'm still game planning with.
Okay.
Yeah,
Yeah,
cool.
so,
I mean, you
I'm-
probably noticed
I'm
my eyes by now.
I'm totally
but I
Busy
don't-
with the door.
Okay.
I got a chick with a beard and another chick that's stone cold. in
Stone
the
Cold
same room as
Fox.
me.
You're a little distracted.
Yeah. Yeah, no, I got my own problems.
Yeah, 101 problems.
But I do want
Bitches,
to.
both of
in
the
our
2 extra ones.
In our preparing though, Bardic Inspiration needs to happen before we roll.
Yep. I'm gonna say take them right now. The Bardic Inspiration things, I think they last like 10 minutes. But we're just gonna say like when you see them approaching,
It's a prepared.
you
inspiration.
you give everybody
Yep.
like
Yeah.
the gusto,
Yeah.
and that they've got them.
I just don't wanna
we'll,
forget.
We'll give them now, so yeah, exactly, so that we don't forget. But that's probably something you do right before, like right as they're coming. Yep.
Perfect.
Okay.
Do we still have time? 'Cause
Yeah,
I
you got a
want to
couple.
check out that monster creating orb.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Just want to make sure
I
it
had the
doesn't.
same idea. Yeah. Can we use that to our advantage?
Can
you
I?
can try. Yes.
I feel like it creates demons. So
Before we tackle that, because
Mm-hmm.
that's wonderful, I am giving a Bardic Inspiration to Carla.
Oh.
Oh, okay.
So know that Carla has one.
What words do you say?
I don't know. I just explained to her.
yeah.
I explained to her. She sees me doling it out to you guys, getting
Mm-hmm.
prepared, and I just tell her that I also want her to have one, and she can use it in combat. And actually, I say it stone cold. Also, I'm really happy to turn my head so that I don't have to do that
So
anymore. That's very hard.
boy, I think I feel like this has to be some kind of skill. You're doing this to try to impress her. Do you feel like this is a persuasion check or something? Or you want to make a check to kind of help favor?
Can I do that?
Yeah. You just tell me what you're thinking. I think.
I know, actually, no.
What's your,
I don't think
what's
so.
your
I
goal
don't
of
think
this?
so.
I mean, like,
Not yet. No, not yet.
Okay.
Not yet.
Okay.
I think I'm
Alright.
good. I think I'm good.
You're just
I'm
planting
planting a seed.
Ah,
Yes.
ah.
Okay.
Yes.
And she.
plant
you
the
know,
seed.
Yes.
Now water that shit.
She says. You don't want to hang on to that?
Actually, yep. I want you to have it. It's good.
Okay.
You need it. You might need it. You might not need it. If you don't need it, you can give it back. But for now, I want you to have it.
She's looking at the window. Yeah.
The stone cold. I don't do that well, so it's come on. It's totally. I tried.
Yeah.
That's cool though. It's cool.
Yeah. Here you go.
You gotta help
No, yeah,
roast.
you gotta just in case you need it.
I roasted good until she asked a question.
You broke immediately.
I was only able to plan 10 words. Where I could say it.
Awesome. That's really good.
That's great.
Cool.
Alright.
So.
Sorry, back to the orb.
Yeah, checking out the orb.
Yeah,
Wanna
yeah.
make
So
sure that,
tell me what you're thinking. What's
doesn't
Stangle doing?
Well, I just want to make sure it doesn't create any more demons.
Mhm.
So I don't know if I want to like try to figure it out, like
Mhm.
use arcana.
Arcana?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's great. So
Sir.
Figured it out.
That's
First crit of the night.
That's the kind of rolling I like to reward. That's good. That kind. Yep.
No stale
No,
nuts
keep
for
it in
you.
mind.
More of that. More of that. Yep.
Keep it in mind for later.
What did you figure out?
I know how it works now, right?
It's a little on off.
There's some things like you
Good
check it
guys,
out.
bad guys switch.
You check it out the absolute best that you can, and not only that, but you incorporate like flawlessly everything you kind of call into memory from seeing it before in this place and in other places. And you kind of have this epiphany where you put together in your mind when you've seen people interact with this thing. Right now, it's absolutely still. But you recall that, like, any time you've seen it still, it's been completely inactive, and it's always been either demons with those obsidian bladed weapons, or an obsidian sharded staff, or some kind of implement that has the blood has been drawn out of them to power it. There's plenty of blood around, but there's not a demonic weapon in this thing charging it up or kind of controlling it. So you kind of, with all those pieces, you narrow down, you think that some of these things are powered like blood magic, but you need these demonic implements to control. But you also, especially with the crit, you kind of go like this is a really dark thing, and I am happy for this thing to just not be working right now.
But do we know if it could work again?
Yeah, it seems like it seems shut down but not broken, right? Is that what you're saying?
Right.
Yeah. Yep.
Weren't there runes or things?
There's inscriptions on a lot of these. There's a lot of circles, and the circles can start rotating and spinning in different ways, like a really complex gyroscope.
And the circles have what we would think of as letters or symbols.
Some type of symbol that you don't understand.
But would it be cool if we took out our knives and changed the symbols slightly?
Yeah, you want to try to like alter, like chip away and alter runes. You probably need like it's probably actually like an Arcana check, because you're trying to magically alter. You're altering magical things.
Wadsworth when you need him.
Yeah, are you saying that you want to?
And speaking of Wadsworth, it's not quite yet, but Wadsworth comes on. And he says, "All right, are you still good? Lord of Blood's not there, is he?"
Oh, hey, Wads. Yeah, no.
Says,
No, he's not.
Actually, it's Wadsworth.
Oh, hey, sorry, Wadsworth. Hey, is Talia there?
Oh yeah,
We can put her on.
We're working on it. He says, he says, what do you need? We're really trying to finish this thing up.
Yeah, it's not. You keep working, but can you put Talia on?
So Talia says, hey, Sandy, what's up? I kind of got to be quick. What do you need?
Hey, Talia. True or false? You have an older sister?
Yeah, Carla.
Okay. She's here.
Oh, that's awesome. She's. If you think I'm tough, wait till you meet her.
Yeah, she's super nice. But are you coming over here?
Yeah. I mean, Wadsworth and we're trying to finish this up as quick as we can. We're working on it.
Okay, I'm gonna need you to hurry.
Is Lord of Blood there? Is everything okay?
Everything is fine, but I'd like to see you.
Yeah, we're hurrying.
Great.
Okay.
Thanks.
All right, gotta go.
Yep. Bye bye.
All right. And Wadsworth calls you back and he says, "I just was maybe get that teleportation circle ready. I think it will be ready in a little bit. Okay, we're hurrying."
Perfect. I'll start it right now.
No,
Bring
no,
Talia.
no. I will tell you. We have to do this at the same moment.
Okay, well, I'll just wait for you to call me back, Wads.
Lucky for me, you got an easy sigil sequence to remember, so I think I have that down pat.
You're welcome.
All right.
Yeah.
Cool. So it's getting to be crunch time, and they're going to in a little bit teleportation circle in. But
Is it? Let me know.
You had something you were going to...
I'm ready.
Well, so we were talking-
Dangle?
Yes.
to
Well, can we
this thing?
explore the
Well, so you were
change
thinking
of
about
Let's
the?
resolve this. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
So were you thinking about changing the runes so like they would be misread?
My brain
Was
says
understood?
You think
Like, instead of
if you're
instead
trying to
of-
do
if
this,
it's not in the right sequence,
the only
it may or
thing
may
you
not
think
work
you can do
the way that
is
they expect it to.
you only think you can monkey this up.
Like sabotage.
Fine.
You don't know the language.
Right.
You don't know.
Correct.
But you
Correct.
know enough to know
Sabotage.
like how can I
Just wanna
throw a
sabotage
wrench in
it.
this thing.
Yeah.
That's like all you think you can kind of do.
How do I turn this thing from suck to blow?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes, exactly.
I'll be honest, it wasn't at all what I was thinking.
Well, I really like that though. That was a good analogy. It's like
Yeah.
I love
instead
it.
of shitting out,
You go with it?
suck some in.
I love
Yeah.
it. Yep. I love it.
Yeah.
Yeah, let's sabotage this thing and make sure it never works again.
Yeah.
Yeah,
How do we,
that'd be great.
How do we do
Is
that?
this something that it's
I
just
could
you?
wanna wonder
You're
that.
just looking at this right now, right?
Oh.
Yeah,
You
that's
can
what
try
I was
that.
wants to do.
Cool.
I heard you think that.
Yeah.
You left
Alrighty,
your
sir.
comms on.
Right? He said that going. And we're all like, no, don't do that.
All right. You're right. I'll keep them
So
holstered.
yeah, hit me up. Let me think
Trigger
about this for
happy.
just a second because this is kind of foreign stuff, and it is like higher level stuff. So I'm gonna say this is like a 17.
All right. Got +9s.
I think you got a solid one, right? Yeah.
Ooh. 15.
Okay.
Alright.
So how many times does he get to try?
You've tried and just it's
Failed.
not working out.
So we can still muck it up. We just can't like leverage it.
Well, you tried to muck it up.
Oh,
but
you
it's-
couldn't even muck it up.
Couldn't. Yeah. Yep.
Get some sharper tools, bro.
I stab it. Really
Would this
hard.
Would this be a wisdom throw? Like, is this
Arcana.
Arcana.
You're trying your best to use your magical understanding, but in the context of like a whole, not even just another language, but also like a whole nother set of like negative magic. You know, like necrotic, negative, dark magic.
I mean, it's worth it. We can all give it a shot. I mean, it's worth it to try.
Can I ask?
As someone if you're trained in Arcana, you can give it a shot.
Can I
Dangle
ask
comes
if
to
Helm
you.
to help with that? Can I ask
What?
if Helm to help with that?
Helm was talking to you for a bit, but then
But
he's
he's
kind of
merged away, okay.
he's not like physically there. No,
Yeah.
no.
Hey, Helm! Yeah.
Can we destroy it?
It is a massive.
I imagine this being huge.
Yeah,
Right? So
and like just physically destroying it.
yeah.
Unless you have like a really good way. This is like
Covered
a
in
huge
grass.
granite and steel and
Grass all
obsidian.
over that
And
thing.
Put grass on it.
a wand of
That'll
wonder
impress Carl.
might be your only hope here. Or maybe, if only someone had two. Maybe a dual.
Only someone had to.
Turn it to grass.
You guys don't have a way to set a magical booby trap, do you?
That's what I was wondering.
Like
Is
that
if
would
we could
trigger-
put a rune in front of it.
Because we know what it does.
Yeah.
So
You-
something has to populate inside, has to physically step out.
Yeah.
Upon stepping out, it would create
don't.
a
I don't have anything
Yeah.
like that.
Carla
sticky
says.
or. I'm
Carla leans over. She says,
gonna ask the gnome.
"You want me to rig the door?"
Yes, I do. Thank you, Carla.
Useful. I don't know.
I do-
I didn't know you were listening to
I
our
know.
conversation, Carla.
She's quietly just standing behind us as we're all standing there looking at it like, I don't know what to do with this thing. What are we doing with
Yeah,
it?
You see, I know what spell she has.
That's
I
awesome.
want to check the casting time to make sure she can.
Like, do you have enough
Do
time to
this,
do it?
yeah.
So,
I picture her being like Brienne of Tarth, just like
Yes.
this massive.
In my
lady.
brain, that's what I pictured,
Yeah.
yeah.
I pictured her prettier,
Oh,
Oh, well,
okay.
related to Talia's.
Yeah. Well, I mean,
Yeah.
in the eyes of the beholder.
Right.
To use on.
She can. Yeah. What are you thinking? She can. It takes a while. It's an intricate thing, but she can.
Does she explain how she plans on ringing the door, or does she just say, "I can do it"?
Is this a defensive or an offensive trap?
She's got a spell. She can essentially set a spell to.
Cause an explosion.
She can set a magical C4 charge. Where would you
Gotcha.
like it?
A magical C4. I love it. It's a magical C4 charge.
I mean, there's only one way in and out of that orb. Maybe I'm wrong, but I don't think so.
We've all seen it.
Yeah, except for that one time when I
Except when we didn't see it. Right, you're right.
made it
Except when we
completely
didn't
black
see it.
for
Yeah.
a while and creatures kept coming out.
Yeah.
That didn't work out.
Yeah, some of that.
Yeah,
The
we
door?
survived. It was
Yeah.
fine.
I'm voting to put the C4 charge on the door.
Which door?
The
orb
magical-
door?
Magical orb door.
Me too.
Oh.
So when someone goes to use it, the C4 charge goes on.
And she can set those specifications with the spell. So if anybody goes up and tries to start working this thing, you want it to.
Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah, that way, if we're in the middle of a fight and not paying attention to it,
Or we can't get to it.
yeah, we can
or
get to
whatever.
it because we're all dead. Yeah, that way.
Where it's
Cool.
covered in
Or
an orb
occupied.
of darkness.
Or it's covered in an orb of darkness. Hey,
Yeah.
you can put an orb of darkness over it.
I feel totally free.
Yeah. Pretty nice surprise if someone goes in there.
No inhibitions.
No. Come a long way.
And so you're getting down to it's about an hour away now. And Wadsworth dials you up again. He says, "Okay, I think we got it. Do you have this is not something that's going to be easy to move around. So, are you in position where you want this?
Can I ask
This
him?
is we're bringing in some heavy support for you, my
Wads,
man.
what are you bringing in? That's what I'm gonna ask.
Well, Talia's been here. Here, I'll let Talia explain a little bit. I've been helping on the arcane side of things, but she's the one who's really been working on this for a while." And Talia gets on and she says, "I've got it's a mounted turret that is going to amplify your loot. This turret alone does nothing, but it's going to be able to enhance your loot. So where do you
So I have
where
to
do you want
fire
to park
through
this
it?
thing? Yeah,
I fire through it.
yeah.
That's not a good spot.
I'll decide. That's not a good spot.
I'll be the judge. It's Sandy's trying to be really hard now. He's trying to prove himself to the He's trying to say these really hard things. I'll be the judge.
Oh, it's Carla's here.
It's like, no, you're
It's
right.
Carla's fault.
It's like, no,
Don't
you're
blame
right.
me.
You're right. He's trying to bring out his
It's not
tough
a good
side.
spot. You're right, it's not a good spot.
It's not a good. He said, "I'll be the judge." Yeah, no.
I mean,
Aren't you glad you're the leader?
what do you guys? We can talk on the comms, and you guys heard her.
I'll say this too. I try to represent as well as I can with the minis and stuff, but they're not always perfectly. If you're wondering something, ask me.
Yeah. So can I fire out this window with a clear line of sight to the front gates? Don't answer.
Yeah, I think so.
Better answer.
You said this one was the
Okay.
tallest one,
I think
right?
that's the tallest one.
Cool.
Yes.
So then,
If somebody was right up against this wall, I would say
Sure.
yeah, they're probably out of your sight and stuff. But you got a bead on the front, the top corner here.
can I technically shoot over the wall?
Yeah, I'm gonna
got-
Like a little ways
I'm
out?
gonna be pretty loose on that. Yes,
Okay.
unless I say the demons are huddling up against
Yeah.
this
They're
wall
taking
here,
cover
I'm
along
gonna
before
let
they
you
Cool.
fire. Yeah.
Well, since I'm inclined to stay in my fortified situation, thanks to the dwarf, I'm gonna put it in here.
Cool.
Blind,
Yeah. Concur.
blind spots between the windows. You're gonna be able to shoot that way, that way.
Would you prefer that I shoot this way and this way?
I'll say this.
Or is this gonna be something
is
that
this
you
something
can
that
have?
you- for this,
you
so-
think you're looking? You think you've got enough angle and mobility you don't think that that's a bad spot?
Okay.
Is what you're thinking?
Okay.
Concur. Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
No, yeah,
Yes.
just
Good questions.
Yep.
Yeah.
Okay.
I like it.
I like it. So
The other thing
Unless
is,
you have 'em in
you
turret.
have a little bit better cover there than you do on top of the prison tower. The
that's
prison
why
tower
I chose
is,
it.
Yeah.
I mean, to be
Mhm.
honest,
Yes. Yep.
and I like the fact that I can climb out and,
Yeah.
whatever.
Love.
For Sandy's person, this is the premier spot. So
Yep. And it is.
cool. Cool.
All right.
So
He says, all right, I still have the sigil sequence memorized.
Did you write
and
down, Sandy?
you have any-
I'm burning my spell slot. Just
Right.
so
Yep,
everyone's
yep.
aware I did it.
I'll just tell you. There she is. Okay. Says, all right, are you ready?
Ready, Wads.
All right. Says, stay on the thing with me here. Here we go. 3, 2, 1. And you bring up the teleportation circle right as he's dialing it up, and so you get you're not trying to. It's not a permanent one. If you dial up a permanent one, you can go to it.
Right.
He's dialing up a temporary one.
Yeah.
So you guys,
Conjuration.
yep, you guys get right at the same time. Thanks to having such an easy sigil sequence
Nailed
to
it.
memorize.
It's not very well encrypted though,
No.
so people could,
Yeah.
man of the mill attack
It could
that.
be lowercase. It could be uppercase.
I don't know. It's possible.
Combinations.
And this
Or
thing, you can
substituting
park
these.
this where you'd like,
Oh,
and Talia and Wadsworth
Damn.
come through.
that's awesome.
That is really freaking cool.
That's pretty cool.
Good job, startup
And
set.
I'll try to describe this a little more. I just kind of got a mini to represent this, but
Cool.
Talia says, okay, well, this is just a prototype here, but we did our best. She says, I'm calling this thing the sonic amplifier.
Sonic amplifier.
And it looks like, what it's mounted to, it looks like it's got, whatever the arcane version of speakers are to like project. The base has two things to kind of project. And there's just a lot of like arcane things are glowing, other things are kind of like spinning and whirring and just kind of humming. There's just a general like hum and buzz about the thing.
Nice.
And
Look like a big wand of
you've got a spot.
I was just gonna
Yes.
say, like, what happens if you
There's
use
a
the wand of
spot
water
in the
through it?
back of this thing where your loot, when you go to pump action loot,
Yeah.
it kind of like slots into the back.
Nice.
And
Swells
so
right in there.
all of this energy looks like as you shoot through it, it's going to be amplified through it. And
I do not need these after all.
You might need like 4 more of them.
it's got a it's got two different modes you can attack with it. Is this I'm gonna give you
This is
this,
sick. I love it.
but
Tell
Talia's
us,
kind of
tell us.
explaining. She's like, this is gonna give your loot some extra juice, and she says, if you get on and you kind of hold it down and let it go, she says you're gonna have some sick power to put behind a shot. She says, but I got a feeling they're gonna be bringing the heat, so a little spray and pray is maybe not a bad idea. I've also set this up over here, and you've got a little switch. You can kind of go to fully auto, and she says, you just hammer down if you need to, okay? So what that means in game terms, I'll give you this as a little reminder.
Yeah.
You've got like a single blast, kind of
Okay.
like a charged up shot,
Okay.
and you've got a AOE. They're making a dex save, like you're just like kind of spraying an area,
Okay.
and
The charge up shot is more than one turn.
you can each turn you can do one or the other.
Okay.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
And this is the template for the
Damage?
burst. Yeah.
Cool.
Yep.
I look at my mace and like,
Okay.
mine's good too.
Okay. That's awesome.
Actually,
Actually, it really
pretty
is.
sick. Yeah.
I'm super excited and happy, and I am happy to see Talia. Very happy, and I give her my last inspiration die.
Wadsworth comes through, and there's like an hour left to do. He's kind of got a lot to do, and he just is. He's like, we've got to talk after this is through. about your teleportations.
Your network
We
security.
need to talk about your network security. He says, I'm a little concerned. We can't do it now. There's not enough time to talk about this now. But you need to put in an uppercase. You gotta have some. You need to have some
Special
dwarven
characters.
script in there.
Something, man.
He says some of those have to be draconic. You need at least one draconic sigil. You need one dwarven sigil. He says, he says, no, I can't. I can't do this right now.
He just scurries off.
He just scurries off. Yeah.
Shaking his
Yeah. Oh, and he immediately runs over to Dangle. And
Dangle starts running the other way.
He says, Mr. Dangle, come here, I need you.
Okay, well, what is
He
it?
says, Mr. Dangle,
Make it quick.
I have a feeling we're in for a fight here, my man.
You have a feeling.
And I think, and as this
You
is
see that
happening,
big ass cloud?
as he's talking to you, his mage hand pulls out his red bandana, and the mage hand is tying his bandana.
Nice.
His hands are free. He's just like his
Just
hands
like
are free, but
standing
it's
there.
pulling it out and it's tying it off. And then there's like a little prestidigitation that starts whipping the like a soft breeze as it
for you.
I love that.
as he's talking to you. This is kind of unfolding. This is happening. He says, "There's no good way to put this. I think the shit's about to hit the fan."
I see you're ready.
Yeah, I'm bringing the heat, my man. We got Sandy holed up in the tower there. That's gonna be good. But I thought you might be able to use a little help from a wizard, my man. And he starts pulling out his spell book, and he says, I got some goodies for you. He says, what are you feeling? Do you want a little haste? You want fly? He says, let me hook you up, little buddy.
Some
You said
lewds.
you want flies.
Little X.
Yeah. What do you need? Tell me what you
I
need.
got 'em all right
What are you
here.
looking for?
Open for business.
You want to hit me with haste?
Haste?
That would be helpful.
Dunskies, my man.
Please don't say that ever again.
All of a sudden he starts speaking slang. Like, what is happening? What?
You can tell he's kind of like he's pumped. He
Yeah,
feels
he's getting there.
feels young again.
Probably those lewds.
Yeah. And he says, I had to. I was working to stay awake all night and work on the.
Yep,
You know,
yep.
I had to.
No
Right.
judgment.
All right. And he actually, the haste requires his concentration, but he's got a couple other things here that he buffs you up with to help with your speed and jumping around.
Jumping around.
Jump, and
Sir.
Wadsworth, they'll make you jump. Wadsworth, they'll make you
And we're
jump.
just staring out
jump.
loud. It's like,
He's
what
got his
has
sending
gotten into
stones back on again. He's got the sending stones back. Wadsworth, they'll make you jump. Wadsworth, they'll make you jump.
I'm like, okay, what?
oh,
Because
man.
demons are wickety whack. He's
Dangle just starts backing away.
he's focusing. He's getting in.
Thanks.
Yeah, it's game time. It's game
He's,
time
yeah,
for
he's
him.
trying to get his head in the game. And so
Should've just drank a Red Bull.
I'll just let you like those effects if you ever. I mean, they're just gonna be on you. He's gonna put them on like right before the fight. So kind of like how Jake was spreading out the bardic inspiration. You're gonna have those up, and you just so you kind of got a little reminder. They're gonna be out of my mind. So if something comes into play, that you're like, hey, I think I can do this because I think you got long strider, jump, and haste on. He's got you buffed.
Cool.
And
That'll be useful.
He puts out a fist and says, I'm gonna need you to wreck house, little man.
Wow.
Yeah, I was gonna do it anyway. Yeah, okay.
Put it there, my man. There you go. And he says, oh, I almost forgot. And he turns somber for a second. He says, I did that thing you wanted me to do. And I think I got it, but I'm not entirely sure if he made it out okay.
It would be very useful if you did do it.
But but this is kind of what's left. And he hands you the bag that was Bagsley. And the bag is now just like a normal bag. It's not as it's like a rough, stiff leather bag now. It's not a pliable kind of thing. You almost immediately feel like the life is no longer in this thing. And he says, it was empty when I tried, but he says, I don't know, this was in there. And inside it's got maybe a little note too, but it's got some dragon scales, and they're kind of arranged in a little blob with like some kind of tacky, like you can like stick it, and then it's got like a little separate from that something that looks a little bit like a sending stone, but it's just one. There's not a pair. Oh no, there is a pair, and it's the other one is in this little tacky substance that the dragon scales on, and the other one has like a little click to it, but the note is on that one, and it just is a little note from Bagsley saying thank you, and he says I tried to. Do you read a note in his voice? Probably not. You're just reading it. But it says, he tried to whip up a little something for you for his last hurrah, and he's giving you essentially like a dragon scale bomb. And so you can, if you can plant this thing, he says make sure you don't fidget with this button. He says, but if you can plant this thing and get away, he says, boom goes the dynamite. Sincerely, Bagsley.
I think it tears up a little bit.
Give me a
palm.
Give me a palm. He knew. Don't give me a palm. He knew the whole time. He knew. Yeah. And so as you're kind of, maybe tucking that away or putting the bag in your backpack, where are you are you spotting up anywhere?
Great question. We'll start up here, kind of hidden behind all of this stuff up there.
All right. And you're kind of maybe holding up and figuring out like a good, where can I get some good cover and still kind of scope out. And you hear a voice behind you. It says, hey little man, can I ride with you on this one?
Bags, is that you?
And you turn around and you see this spectral form
Oh!
float up through the thing.
What is that?
Yeah. He says,
dude, you look great.
he says, thanks, man. He says, did you get, I left you a little something.
Did you get it?
Yeah,
I got my mace out like
yeah. I think I think he's pretty ethereal.
Okay.
But he says, I'd love to tag along with you, little man. Or that's Wadsworth. He doesn't call you little man. He says, thanks, man. Thanks for having Wadsworth do that for me. He says, I gotta be honest with you. I think he kind of fucked it up. Cause I'm kind of stuck here still.
Yeah, I noticed.
But I'm kind of free, and I gotta tell you, man, that feels really good. But if I can't get back to the material plane from here, I guess I'd like to tag along if you have me. I kind of don't know what to do right now.
Well, yeah, hell yeah, man.
Awesome.
Let's go fuck some shit up.
Hell yeah. And I think, do you need to jot some stuff down real quick? I'm gonna roll with there's an entry for shadow.
Yes, you do.
Oh yeah, I did copy that down.
Oh, you got it. Cool. Okay. I texted Rob last night because I was like, he's just gonna free Bagsley, dispel him because he's kind of just using Spike. And I said, what about a ghost as your familiar? What about Bagsley as a ghost for your familiar instead of the owl? So I'm gonna work on cooking up his stats a little bit better. But something that seemed kind of like a close fix was that shadow.
Yeah.
So we'll run with that for now, and he's hanging out with you.
All right.
Yeah. And he says he's got a bag like the one that you've got to, and it's a stiff kind of leather bag. He says, and he really goofed this up. He says, I don't know how this happened. But he says, check this out. Check this out. He says, he puts his bag like right here. He says, hold your bag upside down right here. And that dragon scale bomb falls out, and it falls into his bag, and it falls into yours, and it falls into his bag, it falls into yours, and it falls into his bag, and then and you catch it one time and like twist it up, and he says, yeah, I don't know how that works, but
This is like a portal gun.
it's pretty cool. Is it pretty cool?
That's pretty cool.
I feel good about it. And so cool. So he's hanging out with you. And I think that
That could be useful.
you've got a couple of minutes, but I mean, this is about it. I think everybody put your minis like where you want them.
Where are you at, Cliff?
My
you're up
guy's
there.
getting all pumped up. Wadsworth will make you jump.
Yeah, that's more kind of just
I got his track in my head.
I have a long range weapon.
Now,
me. No,
Okay.
no.
Where's Uthal?
Wherever you want him to be.
Let's get him placed.
Get that up there because we're gonna need that.
are you on it or
Not yet, but I will be
just
soon.
hanging out with it right now?
Yeah.
Wadsworth will make you jump.
Derek is with you. He's kind of cannon fodder, but I mean,
Yeah.
Perfect. Put him up by the gate.
real
Yeah,
Derek.
yeah.
Real Derek.
Real Derek.
With one R and a K.
No, I
Single
think you're
R.
right. I think that's a good spot for
Yep.
him. He's melee.
Mm-hmm.
Uthal,
Yeah, get him placed.
we are ready. Oh.
Does
Unless
anybody
they
want to
came over the
man
walls, but-
any watchtowers? Nope. Cool. Here we go.
Well, you've got a 360 view.
He's got a good, and Sandy's got a beat. I mean, 120 feet. This fortress is kind of a 60-foot square.
Okay.
Oh.
So you can kind of
So I can
imagine
go
from
beyond.
back there, you've got
Pretty
this whole
hard.
courtyard covered.
Good.
And then you've also got,
Yeah.
up to
Yeah.
here.
No
Perfect.
blind spots. Okay, so
You know, that's a fair point. I do have a short bow.
Mm-hmm.
So I parked angle up here.
that's probably
So-
a good idea.
I have a question.
Beat on that.
So, basically, my pump action loot with an attack bonus of +9, that's how I'm hitting.
That's how you're attacking.
with my.
But this affects
turret.
the damages. Yes. Yep.
Okay.
Exactly.
Is there any
Well, and the
AoE
one of them,
damage?
that's only for the charge up one. The other one is just they're going to save. It's going to automatically. They're going to try to save for half.
Which one is that?
The
The face,
face
melter?
Yeah, face melter.
Okay. Okay. So. Okay.
And I think when you slot.
So wait, can you run that by me again?
Yes.
So with face
Let me do
melter,
this.
I'm not rolling.
No, they're rolling. You're gonna do damage. You're gonna do some. You're just going. And really, when I say face melter riff mode, is because it's a loot, and you're kind of like.
Yeah.
As you're shooting, there's just this melter riff. It's just and you're just slinging bolts in that little circle. And so anybody you can catch in that circle is going to try to make a dexterity save.
Okay.
If they make it, they'll take half. If they don't, they'll take all
And
that
it's
damage.
thunder damage.
But if you want to charge up and try to get one, you will make an attack roll against one with the power chord charge.
Okay, cool.
Yeah.
And it's 3d12 thunder
Yeah.
damage is what I'll be rolling.
Yep.
Perfect. Got it.
And you will still add, like, what's your dex modifier?
4.
So you'll be 3d12 plus 4, or you'll be
When I-
whatever plus that. That'll
Thank you.
also add in.
I gotta remember that.
Yep.
Plus dex. Okay.
Well, plus your dex is 4, but then your loot is also plus 2, so it's actually 6 on each one. You'll add 6 damage to either one of those things.
Got it. Perfect. Glad we took a hot second here and
Yep.
coined that out. I should probably take this moment to come clean then.
Mhm.
I only rolled a 2 on my Wand of Wonder charges.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I saw it 2, but you said 3, and I was like, well, all right.
Oh, it looked like okay. All right.
Yeah.
It was gonna be an Easter egg.
Oh,
but
sorry.
Since I got this, I was like, well,
No.
just-
You did roll a 2, but
Yes.
it regains D6 plus 1.
Oh.
You regained a total of 3.
Yeah.
Now I feel less
Okay.
guilty.
Okay. Me too. Me too. In the
DM on your side.
I purposefully and I went like this to the camera. So I purposely pulled the 2 out to show the camera, and then I flipped it to a 3 and set it right there. And I just sat back, and I was like, "This would be a great Easter egg." So
Yes, for your honesty.
okay,
I was like,
I
wow.
knew you saw it.
I was like,
Cliff's
definitely
not ratting me out. I was like, Ronnie thinks it's a 3. I was like, it probably should be
I'm
a
thinking
3.
we're gonna need those
gonna
wands.
need
Yeah.
I can't. I don't know.
Alright,
but
but
here's
each
the
one has
thing.
3, right?
Yeah, each one has 3, but that would be a separate thing than.
Yes, agreed. Yeah.
Yep.
Cool.
Cool. I mean, and sometimes they buff up your outfits. You might want to just fire them off.
I don't think you want to.
What if you doubled Victor's size?
Oh, look at he turned into like a giant man.
You will not convince me to love that stinking wand. It won't happen. I'm scared of it.
I'm actually
Very afraid.
I'm
That's
very
what makes
terrified
it
of this.
magical.
That's what's me. Yeah.
Fear that goes
That
into
little
the
bit of
Right,
fear.
right.
Okay.
That's why it's so
I'm
rare.
gonna
Fear's
jump on my carpet.
exhilaration.
Question for you. You're
Yes.
running Carla, sort of, or we're running Carla, sort of. My question is, where should she start? I don't think she needs to be with me.
No.
I think her and Talia have some kind of reunion, because it sounds like they haven't seen each other in forever. They've chatted on the phone
Yeah, and
via...
they've got a quick minute, and it's not like.
Yeah, no, I get it.
But yeah.
But I think Carla leaves. I don't think she stays here.
I think she stays with you.
She stays with
I'm
me.
gonna get attacked. All right. Yeah. Carla stays.
She may not stay with you the whole time, but she is definitely going to stay by and look out for you because you're alone in this tower right now.
I have Gertis.
Oh, okay, you got Gertis there.
Oh yeah.
Okay.
I didn't let her leave.
You
I
needed
mean, I'm
some
just
sort
saying.
of
She
safe
said
blanket.
she was gonna protect me. I heard her say it.
Oh no, she was telling her. She was telling the crew.
And
When
where
she-
are they?
Car-
Because
she
I want
found
them
out-
in here too.
Carla told her that
Carla's
she
up
had protecting you under
Carla's
control.
up there. At her bequest, and Gertis needs to be. I'm sorry, I didn't know Gertis was up there.
Okay.
Gertis wants very badly to be up here.
Yeah.
Alright.
So this is worth kind of saying because you're right. We are not going to run 12 freaking
Right,
characters.
right.
But and I think this is worth
Was
maybe
that the same as-
explaining a
What
little
about
bit better.
Wadsworth?
Wadsworth is probably.
Come on in here,
happy
Wads.
to hang out
Don't
with
talk
you
to
there.
me. Just
Yep.
protect
Was the
me.
same? Was that the same for Diessa? Then
Follow
is she
Django
gonna
around.
like join her crew on the front line? Or?
She's probably pretty good.
Yeah.
Hanging with you. She's a little bit of. She can be a little caster too. So if there's, it's kind of packed up
Yeah.
front.
If a dragon shows up, you can fly her over. Just drop her on the dragon. She can ride it.
But I think
Just like, okay, here you go.
Come back and get
picture-
Wadsworth and do the
now-
same thing.
I'll use the previous session as a little bit of like a to further illustrate or kind of like, hey, here's how they could be used. Like especially like those. I think of what pops into my mind is like Legolas in those Lord of the Rings fights, right? So like when you go from like one main character to another, it's not like they tag along with one character and then you go back and you see Legolas putting on his bow and
Yeah.
strapping it. It cuts kind of in and out of like the fight at their moments. So it's not that like when you want to use an ally that they have to start off at the back of the map and come in. Like that was so funny when they were jumping on. But like another way that I think is perfectly valid is like you can kind of buy little alterations to what's happening through like story, and I think they should like align with what those characters are good at.
Yeah.
So like, what if Uthal? If you were like, oh man, I'm about to take all these hits. Well, you know what? Uthal's just hacking and slashing. What if he's down in the fray and he goes and he sees me in trouble and he runs over and clotheslines two of these guys as they're lining up their shots.
Sure.
And then maybe two of those shots that were going to hit you don't go through or
That
something.
makes sense.
So something like that. Swissy is really stealthy. So when you crit failed and we're gonna make a bunch of noise and drop in the mace was falling out of your hand, he's a sneaky dude in the shadows. He's right there and he was watching you
Kinda
as
safe.
sneaky like the whole time, kind of covers for you. Like I think using them that way, you can kind of just say, and maybe even if they're not there, you can say, well, you know what if so and so was kind of off fighting some of these people here, and she's over here to help me, do this or that. So if you want to do those kind of things to help, bend stuff in your favor, or if you kind of like fail a roll, and you're like, you can think of a way that they might be helping you out, so you can get advantage on that roll or something. I think that's a really valid one.
Okay.
But yeah, I'll try to help you think of them a little bit if you want. But
Perfect.
almost like think of them like movie cinematic a little bit. You can kind of fill in some of the gaps.
All right. So here's a question.
Yep.
Just so we're clear, is Carla done creating the trap in front of the orb
She did.
entrance?
Yeah, she did.
That is now complete.
Yeah, she's already spent an hour doing it. It's all set up, ready to roll.
Cool.
Yep.
All right. And then, just so I'm clear, what are things that Carla's good at?
Boy, she's a hard read. Carla's got.
You said she's a.
Not
What is she again? Cleric.
What
She's
is
a cleric.
She's a cleric. Okay.
She's a well-armored cleric.
So just in my brain, it's like, all right.
She's ready to pound skull and break face. But she's also got some
Then
magic.
heal
and
it,
some
pound it,
protective
break it
ability.
again.
Yeah, exactly. Yep.
I break things. Okay.
She really enjoys breaking arms.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's her backstory. That's all her backstory is. She just really enjoys breaking arms. At the elbow, where all the joints, not at the bone here where it can be a clean break, where it's real messy. Right
Oh,
here.
It's gross.
yeah.
Yeah, I like that.
I told you I liked her.
Yeah.
We better keep her around. We'll add her to the team.
Yeah.
Um,
Just don't piss her off.
She's guarding the stairs.
yeah, that type of thing. She's
Okay.
She doesn't have time to spend another hour setting a full-size trap, so
Yeah.
I'm not gonna request that she do that, but
but
she's guarding the stairs.
she'll be there. Yeah. Yep. Very cool. All right. Has everybody done everything they want to do?
Does her shield do anything awesome?
Like my shield does?
Blocks
No.
attacks.
Yep.
It's
That's awesome.
really heavy. Really heavy.
Okay. All right. Perfect.
I just.
She doesn't throw it or anything like that.
Right. Yeah.
I was hoping it would expand.
Oh.
Oh,
Yeah.
Yeah.
you're pretty well set.
Fortified.
There's no roof.
Oh, you were hoping for an umbrella?
But like a shield.
I was really.
A shield
Not
umbrella.
actually an umbrella.
I don't understand why I
Would be
can't just have total cover with the Gatling, with the howitzer gun
Right?
in the tower.
Just want to be protected.
I don't understand. I don't understand why I can't have that. I just want to play a game and have fun.
Let me roll for it. Just let me roll
Fine,
for it.
no, sure, don't. She just has a regular shield. Yeah, leave it be. Yeah, no, that's cool.
I'd ask. You never know. I'd have felt stupid if I wouldn't ask.
Right.
You gotta ask. Communication is key.
Right.
Communication
What
is
if
At
key.
the end of this,
would've said yes?
At the end of this, if the DM would have said, you could have just asked
What?
if
How
Carla's
come-
shield
how
expanded
come
to
you
the
didn't
exact
use her
size of the
magical
opening in the castle.
How come you didn't use her magical expanding shield of invincibility? It was there the whole time.
See?
never
Now
asked.
we've rooted it out.
Vampire babe.
I know, but it doesn't.
Actually,
Yeah.
just kills the Lord of Blood in
Yeah.
one hit.
Wadsworth doesn't have a dagger that kills people in one hit. Let's see. Gertis, she doesn't have magical flying boots.
Take it out.
Derek doesn't have. No, just I want to make sure all this.
Just checking things off the
Exactly.
list. Okay.
Okay, and what about someone's helmet?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, sorry.
Helmet
Boots.
protection? No.
Regular boots.
The
Leather.
His boots are really comfy. They have +1 comfort.
Oh, nice.
They're really cool.
That's like my
Dr.
plus
Scholl.
one.
They've got insoles. they've got sorcerer shoals.
Sorcerer soul.
You stand on the machine and it lets you know where your pressure points are.
Step onto this,
Scholes.
step onto this arcane apparatus for me.
Why does it say Dr. Scholes? Don't worry about
Don't worry
it.
about
Don't worry about that. Oh yes, you don't speak his name.
No. Sorcerer
Okay. souls. So there's no way to really represent this all to scale immediately. It's not that they magically appear on your door. They are marching up, in the distance, but you start to see
We
them.
see them coming.
And I'm going to treat them as being right here. I'll let you know, like, as they're coming into range or that kind of thing.
I start eating beef jerky.
Solid.
I'm out the carpet.
Do you share
You
it?
on the carpet?
I'm out on the carpet.
Nice.
You don't.
And I think this is maybe a good time where like DS to kind of gives you the nudge and kind
This
of.
is how calm
Just
I
says,
am.
Yeah,
And I go,
you ready to
Sneaky
rock and roll?
Yeah.
There's like some sweet druid handshake. That,
yeah,
you know,
it's
you
just
got
as in the club thing. Yeah, I like
Yeah.
our relationship. It's more of a mutual understanding.
Yes.
Feels very urban.
Yeah. It feels very urban.
Except like druids are like the opposite.
Yeah.
Of that. So
Very,
it feels really urban in the sense that it's not urban at all.
You get that carpet from Kia? IKEA?
Yeah. Oh, the carpet. You're saying the
Yeah.
carpet feels.
Yeah. It's like, dang it, carpet.
Oh, you're saying the relationship, and I was like, what the hell does that even mean?
I don't know.
Yeah, that's good. The carpet. I guess it can look however you want the carpet to look.
I don't know.
Do tell.
It's just that I imagine it looks like the one from Aladdin.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it does.
Yeah.
Yeah, it looks like
Yeah.
Or little
Ornate.
pixels.
You're
Yeah.
solid.
But it's kind of sentient in that it has a bit of an attitude. Like it just kind of,
Yeah,
it's just
yeah,
kind of
yeah.
like Doctor Strange's cape. It's kind of just like,
Oh yeah, love. Yes.
okay. So it's
Good.
kind of just like, meh,
Yep.
I do what I want. It's like,
Awesome.
well, I don't need you to.
So
Thanks.
you're taking control of storm clouds already present.
Yep.
And you all know this shit's gonna be epic. It starts raining. And
Great. Now
yes,
it's
you're
wet.
good. But you've got control of an already storm.
Huh?
It goes up a D10 that call lightning.
Oh,
And then, depending on what spell level you want to use, you're going to have that level of a call lightning to be able
that's
to
great.
manage
We need
those.
some more
job,
details. Good job, guys. All right.
I guess the big thing for you is imagine this:
Underwear, too.
you can control a circle that's like 60 foot, which is about a circle that would fit inside this thing.
Yep.
I don't know if you want to control, like, you know, a little bit out in front or half and half, so you can cover if they.
Well,
You tell me where you kind of want generally this.
the idea
Your storm
would be
coverage. What area are you trying to lock down?
well, would it depend on my movement?
right in here. Kind of right in front of
Well, yeah. So that's the 60 foot. Well, I guess that's my question because if I'm so on the carpet, I'm assuming that I'm hovering.
Oh yeah,
In the
you
air,
can do what
pretty
you
high
want.
in the air,
You
right?
can do what you want.
So if I come out to here, I can still
Right
get some of the guys here. But if I'm back here, it would just be focused here, right? Like as
Right.
far as my movement. So I guess it depends on where I am on the board.
Yeah. You can park the storm wherever you want. Do you want to get half and half, the front half of the base and this half out
Yeah.
here?
Yeah.
Oh, all right.
Yeah. I want to
Or-
kind of be in bulk in the area. He'd be fine. He'll be fine. You got
be
the
cool.
gun. He'll be fine. And you have wands, and then Carla's there with the K. He'll be fine.
Okay.
It's good
Yeah,
times.
I'll make it back.
Feel confident. Okay, that's right. You
I
can
got
fly.
weapons. I can fly.
That's right.
I
I
fly.
love that you can fly.
Cool.
It's great news.
You know, if
Awesome.
he had your cloak, he'd be able to ride on his magic carpet upside down.
That's true. The only
That'd be
bad
pretty
thing is I
cool.
think they're gonna also be shooting at you, and that may or may not help your
It's
defensive
fast.
posture.
We're gonna find out.
It's really fast.
Okay,
We're gonna find
It
out.
has a speed of 60 feet.
fair enough.
I think this is an awesome time. I think unless there's the last little bit of something that's on your mind, I think this is the last bit.
I'm
I
ready.
think this is a good time to I want to take a little snack break,
Okay.
and then
Let's
we'll
do a snack.
hit this, right?
Crossing my
Yep.
fingers.